Hey, so what if English is not my first language? How do I improve public speaking skills in English if I'm a foreign speaker, if I speak a different language, native anyway? And just so you know, in full disclosure, I am not a speech therapist. I've never been trained to help people with their accent reduction. However, over the years, I've had a couple of speech therapists as instructors for our classes. And in fact, years ago, we designed a specific version of Fearless Presentations classes that were created to help the English as a second language person improve public speaking skills. But what we found is that after testing the classes and delivering them to a few of our client companies, we figured out that the regular Fearless Presentations class, the original, actually worked better than the accent reduction classes at reducing a foreign accent. And it was really fun to kind of go through that process, by the way. But here's what we discovered. It was kind of cool. Unless that unless a person has had some great training, people tend to get more nervous when they speak in front of a group. So if a speaker is delivering that presentation in a foreign language, that nervousness tends to be much higher. There's a greater level of nervousness because you've added something more complicated to the process. So when the nervousness increases, the human brain tends to focus or wants to gravitate towards something that's familiar, that basically they go back to what they know, which is their original language, what they grew up with, what they've spoken for 20, 30, 40 years, right? And this causes the foreign accent to be much more pronounced when a speaker is nervous. So what we found, though, is that if we help the speaker reduce the nervousness, then the symptoms of nervousness drops. So a confident speaker is more clear and more understandable. So going through a structured program to reduce the nervousness is really the best way to improve public speaking skills in English. I'll give you an example. Years ago, Capital One was hiring a lot of employees from India and China and really from various parts all over the world, but mainly from those two countries. And from time to time, it would create communication challenges because of the language barrier that was there. So they would have me come in once every couple of months to deliver presentation classes for their teams. And so basically what they were doing, they were using the Fearless Presentations class as a way to give their employees practice speaking in English, and it seemed to work really well. Basically, I'm not suggesting that you use public speaking classes that way, but it is a kind of a nice side benefit. If you do happen to have English as a second language as a challenge, then a good public speaking class might help you pretty dramatically.